Hi everyone, it's Natalie here, and today I am filming another of the Why I Chose My Major videos. I promised you guys that this would become a series, and I was so excited because you guys commented so many different careers or majors that you wanted to talk to me about, so I brought my friend Katy.
Hey!
You guys know her. If you watch any of my other videos or any of my vlogs, she's in about 99% of them, so you guys definitely know her by now. Yeah, so I'm back. Yeah.
I just sat on a YouTube video and started playing it.
I was like, what is that noise? What? She is an English major and actually a college graduate. So this is totally different from my engineering video. So I really am excited to bring on people with different majors because I feel like all I talk about and all I can talk about is engineering, but like I want other people involved and other people to answer your questions, so this is perfect. So I'm going to ask her the same exact questions I asked myself when I filmed the Why I Chose Engineering videos. If you guys are new here, hi, be sure to subscribe. You can also follow Katy on her blog. She is a blog herself. I'll have that linked down below. Follow us both on Instagram, and now we're just gonna get started on why Katy chose English as her major.
Yes.
Okay, first question is, what is it? So just like, what is being an English major?
So an English major means that you study literature, you study writing, you study you can study grammar, you can study different facets of the English language. There's different little avenues within an English major, so I chose a really broad English major, which means I studied everything. I had the option to study any class that I was interested in to get a grasp on the skills that I would need to go further in my career. Some of my friends within the English department chose more specialized majors in literature or English as a second language, which is they're a little different tracks. So within the English department, there's a lot of different flexibility within the English majors that you can choose whatever you're passionate about. So I chose the most broad one, so I can speak to different facets of the department and different ways that you can use English in your career, because I've done classes in pretty much like every type of class that you could take in the English department within both schools that I went to. I actually started at App State, and then I transferred to UNC Charlotte, and I was an English major at both schools.
Yeah, so if any of you guys go there, then comment that down below too, because I would love to know where everyone goes. The next question is, why did you choose English? So you kind of touched on that, but just like why in general you felt called to be an English major.
So what I love about English is that the flexibility of the job market when you graduate. I went to college and I knew that I was really good at reading and really good at writing, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. And what I realized about myself is that when I study a lot harder and I'm a lot more disciplined when I'm studying things that I'm passionate about. And I knew that any other career path that I chose, I would not put in the time or energy that I would have put in if I had done English. And so I started blogging actually when I was in high school, and I loved writing. I loved like writing on the internet. I love just posting my opinions about things. I contributed to different websites. So I knew that I wanted to do something with writing as a career. And the best way to do so and hone in your skills is to join the English department. So I joined and had no idea, like I was just saying what type of route I wanted to take. My mom studied literature and she studied American Lit, so she's like well versed in literature, but she didn't take as many writing classes. And I didn't want to just take writing classes because I love literature as well. So I kind of explored my options. I started off as a technical writing major, and I realized that it was a little too technical for me. I was way more passionate about creative writing and literature and the study of literature, analyzing things. So I decided to go for a general English major, one because my credits transferred easy that way, and to be honest, but also because it was really interesting because I had way more flexibility with my classes. And I realized in college is that I wanted to take classes that I was interested in. So I chose English, but I thought about as a career a lot of different ways to use that degree. I learned that throughout the department that there's a lot of flexibility, which I really like because I'm the type of person that I knew that I would not be able to stick to one job for the rest of my life. I love change, I love the ability to change, and I love like working on certain skills and moving up and then changing. So that's why I chose it. It's been a great decision so far.
Good, okay. And then I feel like I'm on a talk show, like I'm like Ellen DeGeneres or something, like asking you questions. Do you regret it? This is like a weird question that I asked myself originally because I have at times regretted choosing my major, but like overall I don't regret it, but that's why I have that in for everyone, because I feel like a lot of people go into it and they might actually realize that they don't like it.
That definitely, like, I think for a lot of people, when you are in your major, you question, is this the right thing for me? But then you're so far that you're like, yes, I'm not staying and I'm not switching. That definitely happened to me at some times. I was kind of like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, being an English major requires a lot of work in the job department, because you're not just graduating with a job like, oh, I'm gonna work in computer science. That's a lot easier to find a job that way. Or like, I'm gonna graduate with an education degree, so I'm gonna go teach right away. So it requires a lot more hustle, which I really realized my senior year of college that I never thought of before. So that was intimidating at first, but honestly, like, I'm so passionate about it. If you're passionate about English language and literature and writing, like, honestly, like, hone in those passions, and people appreciate people that can write well. The art of writing is kind of being lost in our society. So with people with English degrees are actually really well thought of within companies. You just have to work harder to get the jobs. So I think that's probably the main thing that I learned, and also maybe my hesitation, but I definitely wouldn't choose anything else. Like, I can't imagine myself doing anything but English.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's kind of what you love doing. Like, if you, computer science, you're guaranteed, like, basically guaranteed a job that is going to pay very, very well. Like, it's much easier than like a psych major or an English major or someone like that. Like, that's just statistically speaking, like, that's how the job market is. But I mean, Katy, like, you would never want to do computer science.
No,
like, you know, you would never be
never
happy. Like, so at the same time, it's not all about money. Like, don't choose a major just because of money. Yes,
that's such a big point.
You have to think about it, because obviously you need to live in society and like have a house or pay your rent or pay your car bill, you know? But like, that, like Katy said, like, if you work hard, you can do it. If you want to be an English major and literally put zero effort after you graduate college, that's probably not smart. But that kind of goes, you know, but that kind of goes with every type of major, and especially like, don't do English if you don't like it, you know?
So true. I know a couple people in my classes, they would complain about like writing so much or reading so much, and I would sit there and be like, well, this is the major that you signed up for. I mean, the reality is, like, I would read an average of 35 to 50 books a semester and write a ton of papers my senior year. But that's also like what I love, and if that's what you love, then maybe that's something that you should consider, because like, if you love something, you're gonna put the time and the energy towards it, and it's gonna be a lot more enjoyable in the process. And that's something that I really learned, is that my skills are way more sharp after putting that energy in. But I wouldn't, honestly, like, I know myself, I would not put the energy in if it was like math or science. I would never ever try. And that's something that I really had to learn about myself in college, was that you do what you're passionate about, and if you're not doing what you're passionate about, find a way to make your passion the forefront of your life.
You make money your ideal, like, that is what you're shooting for, and that's it. Like, you're not mixing your money with passion, then you're really not gonna be happy, and that money eventually is not gonna be enough to drive you to work as hard.
True.
Like, you have to actually have some interest in what you are doing.
Oh, like at least a remote interest.
Yeah, some interest. You don't, maybe you don't need to love it like with all your heart, but like, you have to be interested in it. Like, you have to be, or else college will be miserable for you. The next one is the type of jobs that you can get with this major.
So this is what's really cool, and I actually didn't know this when choosing my major, so I'm really glad that Natalie's asking this question. With an English major, there are so many jobs that you can do. It's literally mind-blowing. You can go into journalism. Obviously, that's like a subset. It's more of a communications English hybrid. You can go into publishing, editing, ghostwriting. That is a real job. Write for other people, put their name on it, which, but you pay as well.
Katy, you're like, I don't want my name on it.
Copywriting. You can write full-time if that's what you're passionate about. You can do social media for companies. You can actually do grant writing. You can teach. That's always a need in our society. You can tutor on the side. You can literally, like, the possibilities are endless. You can go to law school. Med school students actually, English students are actually being accepted to med school now a lot more, because they're able to write. A lot of lawyers, a lot of people that kind of work odd jobs, like a lot of communications jobs, they'll accept English majors as well because it's a focus on communicating your ideas and writing. So there's a lot of different like ways you can go about it, which I didn't know going into the English. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yay, I'm figuring it out. And I kind of still am that way.
Like honestly, like
I mean, let's be real, but like I'm figuring it out. It's fine. But what I chose to do is I decided like my last semester of school, I was going to go to grad school and do comm as my strategic comm as my graduate degree. And I realized that like as much as I love communications, I'm really passionate about communicating with people. My passion is more for helping other people learn how to communicate. And even though being a teacher isn't glamorous and it's not something that I honestly like seriously considered until my senior year, my second semester senior year, I realized that like my passion was English and my passion is helping other people learn how to write and communicate, because it is such a big part of college. Like if you're not in college yet, you will be writing papers even if you're a math degree, and you will be writing throughout the rest of your life in jobs, and communicating with others is so important. So I realized that like I personally want to be a high school teacher. So that is what I'm pursuing right now. I'm going to be doing some work before I teach different odd jobs, but I will be ending up being a teacher. But you don't have to teach with an English degree. That's something that I really learned, is that there are so many options, and people just really respect the fact that you can communicate well and communicate effectively. So it's not, people get a lot of crap for choosing English as their degree, honestly. Like, okay, like let's be real, like, but people also respect the fact that you can communicate well and effectively, and it's not just a joke major. We hear that a lot, like in the department. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do with your degree? Well, there's actually a lot of things you can do, and I think that's part of the hard thing about graduating with an English degree, is that there's so many things you can do. Choosing one or two is the hardest part. So I've talked to a lot of people within the department who have had to like really figure out what it is that they want to pursue next, but that doesn't mean that they can't pursue something else later in the future.
Who would not want Katy as their high school English teacher?
Oh my gosh.
You would literally be like the Freedom Writers or whatever that show.
I love it. That's like the goal. That is the goal.
Perfect, cute little teacher that's like wants to help others and actually cares. Because I don't know about you guys, but in high school I had teachers that literally could not give two craps about the students.
So sad.
You know, and like it was nice when I did have a teacher that actually was cool and cared, but also was actually a good teacher, you know? So I feel like Katy would be an amazing teacher. And if you guys are in like middle school now, maybe you'll get a chance to have her.
Yeah.
She's like 5 foot walking in. People are gonna be like, where's the teacher?
I look like a student. Side note, I lead a small group at a church, and the 9th grade boys hit on me. And I was like, this is illegal. Like this is so wrong. I looked at them and I was like, I'm like so much older than you, like don't even.
Now, instead of just like a question, I like to leave this series with kind of like the best universities in your major. So I found the 3 of them, top 3 universities for an English undergrad, and I found this from niche.com. So I don't know how reliable that is. I think it's a pretty reliable site. Top 3 are, number 1 is Yale.
Dream school.
Yeah,
Yale,
of course.
I love you.
Rory Gilmore, come on. Number 2 is Haverford, which I have literally never heard of. I don't even know what that is.
I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like,
thought it was Harvard.
No, Haverford. Like, I don't know what that is. It's in Pennsylvania. I know that. So, I don't know, but that was number 2 for English.
Comment if you go there.
Yeah, or
tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us if you know what that is. Yeah. And 3 is Stanford, which I'm like, Stanford is literally the golden child. Like, what are they not good at? Thank you so much, Katy, for being in this video.
Thanks, guys.
And comment down below any other majors that you guys want. I know you commented a ton last video, and thank you guys so much. That helped out a ton. But yeah, comment down below any more. I'm really trying to get my business friends to come on this video. I haven't asked them yet, but like, I think they'll say yes.
They will.
So, and then I'm gonna try to get my boyfriend to do computer science eventually. So he'll do that, and then other majors. My sister's gonna do nursing. So yeah, just comment down below.
Do what you're passionate about, guys.
Yes,
do what you're passionate about.
Look at all of these people I surround myself with are all different majors, and they're all very happy in there. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
See you guys next time. Bye.